Hey guys, I wanted to shoot this quick video and explain the power of having a personal account to operate business out of alongside a business page. I'm going to try and make this quick because Babs is right here on the table in my arms. Let's see how we go. All right, so a year ago when I started this business, I had zero following online. Online business, online marketing was not my thing, so I had to start from scratch, and I know a lot of you are in the same boat. So my upline was pushing and highly recommended the power of having a personal page, but I didn't quite grasp that concept at the time. I felt like it was so out of reach to build up that following. But a year later, operating this business, time passes you by, so I highly recommend getting it started ASAP. So let me share my screen with you, and I'm just going to run down how I've done it and really what I've gathered over the year, how it all kind of operates. So let me share. Okay, let me collapse these down. There we go. Okay, so when I got started, I built my business page out of my other personal page. So I have Ashley McPherson personal page. It's what I started Facebook with probably 2009. And yes, where I built my business page out of. So a month into doing this business, I realized I wanted another element to my business. I wanted to do my paid posts. I wanted to build a following that way through more ad style write-ups, but I really wanted that personal connection. And at that point, I wasn't ready to be posting content on my personal page because I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the questions. I wasn't confident in how I was going to explain the business to friends and family. Yeah, that's really it. So I know a lot of you are in the same mindset. On the flip side, I highly encourage you to look at the option of just building out of your current personal page, but I know that there's blocks and things like that. So if that's the case, really do look at the Freedom Team training and how to overcome those kind of blocks, because they can be a little bit limiting in the beginning. Anyway, I won't touch too much on that. So what I did is I started a new personal page, which is this one. This one you will all be friends with me off. I didn't do it because I wanted to create a whole nother identity. I just wanted a clean slate. I didn't want to be held back by worry and fear of what other people thought that already knew me. Okay, so what happens when you have two personal accounts you operate out of? You'll get this symbol up here on your Facebook page. So if I click on that, I can literally just click straight back over to my other personal account. I don't even use this personal account anymore, but it is very easy to access. So this is where my business page was set out of. If I just click on that, this is my business page. Yes, it does have the same profile picture. And what I did to make this super easy to operate through is I added my other new personal account as admin or editor over this business page. So how you do that is you just go up to settings, you go to page roles, and you will see down here that the personal page that it was created out of is admin, and my new personal account is now editor. So what that means is that I can stay in, I'm going to show you, I can stay in my Facebook page that I operate out of all the time now, and I can post on behalf of that business page. So I can literally go to my business page off the account that I always operate out of, and I can do a post. I have full access to be able to post on that behalf, okay? And it's not going to show posted from another account or anything like that. So I can just stay in this account all the time if need be. Now there is one thing to keep in mind. You cannot access Ads Manager, post ads, check your ad performance out of this personal account though. You will need to swap back over and go into Ads Manager. But generally we might be just checking on ads once or twice a day, or if you're not running ads at all, you're obviously not checking on them at all. So okay, let me just get back to there. So that's how I swap between the two. Super easy, and highly recommend getting that up and running as soon as possible so that you can start the process of building a following. So these are some tips that I've got on how to build a following, and then you can implement these too. So off any personal account, you can have 5,000 friends. So you'll see down here, I've only got 2,693. So I'm just over halfway to what I could have. So these are some ways that I try and add quality people to my page. So I don't quite know how many friend requests I've got pending here. I thought it used to tell me. I don't accept that many friend requests of people that try and add me, because, well, these are my reasons why. No judgment. Okay, Eric down here. He's got 233 mutual friends. The likelihood of him being part of the GAS system already is very high. So I would just be adding Eric, but he's not a potential lead. That's my theory there. Yes, I've got 5,000 friends, but that's going to fill up quickly. All right. I generally am pretty picky about who I add. If I go off face value, and I know that you should judge a book by its cover, but if I go off face value and they don't, one, live in a country that speaks English, I will not accept them. And I'm pretty fussy on guys as well. Let's try and pick one here. Let's look at Jimmy, okay? Let's look at Jimmy boy here. Jimmy is single. He's got a lot of pictures of himself. That's not bad. Actually, he's got a lot of friends in our community, so I'm probably guessing he's part of our community, and they're all girls. So I don't know. I wouldn't accept Jimmy. Anyway, that's my kind of theory. When I have a bit of spare time, I'll click through people and just accept people that fit in my avatar mold that I desire to have on my page. Okay, but you should never judge a book by its cover. So that, anyway, but that's how I do that. Now, let's delete request. I want quality people to fill that 5,000, all right? So how I do that is I go through and I'll look up a page that I believe would have a lot of people in my avatar. So, you could look up inspirational people. You could do Tony Robbins, Gary Vee. You could, if you're targeting people that like golf or surfing, football, food, shopping, fashion, mums, whatever, look them up. So for me, I love food. I love community. I love the local area here on the Gold Coast. So I, in the past, have looked up Miami Marketta. It's a local night market here, very funky, very funky spot. A lot of young families go there and really ticks my avatar box. And I love looking at the yummy food. So what I would do is I would go to this page and I'd start scrolling through the feeds. There's probably an easier way to do this. This is just how I do it. Okay, it's perfect, perfect. Here we go. This person here has tagged 5, 6 people that he believes or she believes would be interested in this market. So I'm interested in them. So you hover over their name, add friend. They also, I'm going off face value here, guys, lives in Queensland, add friend. Okay, so that is how I do that. Easy. When you're looking at something to, you know, do in your business, you've got a bit of spare time, this is a good little job to do. Okay, so that's how I do that. I might spend half an hour a day, or when I have time, scrolling through pages of interest and completing that task. So out of the, say you might sit there and do that, you might have added 50 people. Not all of them are going to accept your request, right? So if they do, they generally show up in your messenger. So what I would do then is I would write to that person, hey, Sam, really lovely to connect with you. Looking forward to following your online journey, or something along those lines. Now, what that does, and I don't know how true this is to be, but I've heard along the Facebook vine that messaging people is like liking posts and commenting on posts. It builds the engagement, and it will allow Facebook to show that person your content. So messaging them once, or you might then engage in a conversation, might be a bit more back and forth. It might even open up the potential to onboard that person in your business, right? Ultimate outcome. But it is then putting them in your Facebook algorithm to show your post to them more often. So what I think is, I'm going to all this effort, not all this, it's not really that hard, to get people onto my page. Then the next part of it is to keep the posts coming through, okay? Showing that person that you've just added that you've got something to offer. So I like, my personality on my Facebook page is very lighthearted and funny, yeah? Okay, so, when I got started in this business, I came out of construction, so that was a lot of my content on my page. Now, as a new mum, little Theo is showing up a lot in my newsfeed. So the power of having a personal page is it is very personal, okay? So I find when I'm operating stuff out of my business page, I might take this very post, copy all the writing, pop it on my business page, same picture, but I might do a solid call to action. So at the end of all this write-up, I'll then throw in something along the lines, if you are, if you're a mom trying to do the best for your children, this is kind of what this post is about. This is very amateur what I'm saying. Please comment on this post and I'll get you onto a 40-minute overview of my business. Okay, so I would probably put more of a call to action on my business page, but on my personal page, I just want to keep it personal. I want to keep it inspirational. I want people to still see that there's something going on business-wise. The way I like to explain it is on my business, on my personal page, and even on my business page, I'm like Hansel and Gretel, dropping little breadcrumbs of curiosity along the way each day to get people coming out of the woodwork. So I've paid for a lot of my leads to come over to my personal page. I really want to utilize that then. So I haven't been running ads for a few weeks now, actually like a month since having him. Just wanted a bit of downtime on that front. However, I've had about 6 sign-ups over the last couple of weeks, submitted a couple of trifectas, so business is still flowing, and that's the power of having a personal page, okay? So you've paid for all those people initially because they've commented, liked your stuff on your business page. You've contacted them. You've invited them to be a friend on your personal page. And a way that I invite them is I'll either just hit view profile, add friend. That's one way. followed up with a message. Or in the beginning, I would set a challenge on my personal page. So, you know, A, B, C, go live challenge. I would then write on my personal page, hey guys, hitting a challenge on my personal page, would really love to have you follow me on my personal page. And I'd put my link to my personal page on my business page. Okay, so then you might get a few flood of friend requests. Some might not fit your desired avatar, so you wouldn't accept them. Okay, so that's a little thing I used to do on there as well. I'm probably due to do another one as well. So there was something else I wanted to say, not really sure, but yeah, that's the power of having a personal page. So highly recommend, if you're just starting out in this business, to get that following happening now, because before you know it, you'll be getting leads coming out of the woodwork that have been following you for a while and building that trust. And a lot of time I'll ask people, or a coach will ask on my behalf, how come you signed up to Gaz, or how come you got started with Ashley? And they'll say, because I've been following her for a while and I really like her style and I trust her. So yeah, highly recommend it, guys. It's a whole, there's and another big winning factor for me is there's no restrictions on a personal page. So if you're everyone knows that, you know, the business side of Facebook, there's got these rules and restrictions on the things you can say in an ad and all that sort of stuff. There's not that kind of restriction on a personal page. So if you're someone that likes to swear, you can do that off a personal page. If you're sharing certain links and things like that, there's no real restriction of a personal page. You still don't want to put nudie pictures up or anything like that, of course. But yeah, just a great way to share who you are as a person. So yeah, that is my rundown of the power of having a personal account, and I hope that you get one going ASAP to build up your social following, because Enagic or not, if I go on to do something else, I've already started my following process. Okay, so, and I know for a fact people spend years doing it, so better late than never. All right, guys, bye. Let me stop that and stop recording. And he stayed asleep the whole time. So lucky, good boy.